Congressman Mo Brooks, Republican from Alabama. And Congressman, you're an individual who describes himself as pro-life, and the president did something that a lot of candidates haven't done before, which the president announced multiple times, a litmus test for this justice, that they would be an opponent of abortion, they would be pro-life. He said it about 5 or 6 times. So are you confident that this nominee meets that litmus test?
Well, first, my preference initially was Bill Pryor from the state of Alabama, but not getting Bill Pryor, I'm very happy with Judge Gorsuch. Everything I've read about him is that he's highly qualified, make an excellent individual. With respect to the abortion issue, I want a judge on the Supreme Court who is going to read the Constitution and apply the Constitution and not try to create law that is not in the Constitution. And I think that's where the pro-life issue comes into play, because if you properly read the Constitution, then you naturally fall down on the pro-life side of that particular issue. And I believe Judge Gorsuch is right there where he should be.
Respectfully, Congressman, I do think that everyone thinks that if you properly read the Constitution, you come to their conclusion.
Well, am I supposed to respond to that in some
Well, I mean, the point being that this promise here was explicit, right? I mean, the promise was made on the campaign trail, was made explicitly by the president, and folks like yourself, and I think there are people obviously in the pro-life movement who are nervous, right? They were nervous about Souter. They're frustrated about what happened to David Souter. There's always this worry that you're going to get someone who's going to be the person that gives you the vote on overturning Roe, and then it slips out of your hands. And my sense is that the president and people around have done everything in their power to communicate to folks like yourself who care deeply about this issue that won't be the case this time.
Well, let's be clear. I want someone who will read the Constitution and apply it as is written, looking at the original intent of the founders of this country, or over the centuries, the people who wrote the amendments to the Constitution. Similarly, I want a judge, now a justice, who will look at the law as it was written, look at the congressional testimony to help interpret the law and apply it as it was intended. And if a law needs to be changed, then it ought to be done through the republic way of doing things, and that's through Congress, the lawmaker. The judges and the Supreme Court, they are supposed to be the applicators of the law, with the executive branch being the administrators of the law. So we can agree or disagree on the abortion issue. I am pro-life, and I believe that those justices who are pro-life reason well. But ultimately, it comes down to who was elected President of the United States and who has the right to nominate people. And in this particular instance, under the Constitution, you've got Donald Trump, who's now the President of the United States, and he is keeping a campaign promise, and I'm very proud of him for having done so.
All right, Congressman Mo Brooks, appreciate your time tonight, sir.
Thank you, Chris.
All right.